Okay, we're gonna start the lowering process. I haven't did the window thing yet. I need to do that, but I just drew a picture of looking down. Just quick, front, back. I actually need a F for front and back. Good enough. That's gonna be the wheels or the measurements, because we're gonna see how much we actually drop it. Say hello, Shanae. So I'll go ahead and I'm gonna measure about in the middle of each fender well. Try to, if I don't lose my paper. I'll put that under it. Good enough. All right. I'll make my two measurements here. I'll write them down. Then I'm gonna do the bumpers too. So. I know it's a little noisy. Got traffic going around here like crazy because still working on the freaking road. Like they're never gonna get done. Now this is just a rough estimate, guys, because I don't know if it's exactly. This front wheel is 29. The front. Let's turn this paper around so don't confuse me. 29 3/4. Let's see what the back is. Back's really up on this thing. Just rough measurement. $32. I'm gonna measure these at the fog lights. Now remember, this is just a rough measurement. Ain't gonna be precise. 13 3/4. Alright, let's see what the other side is. I gotta find a spot on the back to measure it by. I'm gonna measure this one right at the split of the bumper. $18. Split, the bumper right here is split. $18. Alright, now let's go measure the other side. I'm hoping they're about the same. They should be close. It might be a 16th off, depending on how your car is set. This one says it's front bumper 13 3/4, ½ inch off. $13 1/4, which that could be my driveway. As long as it ain't off terribly. Which this tire looks a little low too, guys. This is 29 1/4. I think I wrote that down wrong over here. I said it right and wrote it down wrong. Yeah. I didn't put, and that's 29 1/4. right now we're looking decent because it's exactly half inch in the caddy bumper. Back is 31 and a quarter, and the very back. $17 and a quarter back by your bumper. Or a half, I don't know how I say quarter, it's only a half inch off. And the other one was, now I gotta remeasure, I think 31 and a half. Nope, that's measuring 31 and a quarter. So it was a quarter. That's 31 and a quarter. So that's what it's saying is that side sits a little lower than everything else. So, but let's see what the... You can see that tire's low, guys. That's causing some of it. And this driveway ain't perfectly level. So I'm gonna say we're just gonna average guess. Go in here to the table, the pool table. Let's see. I'm gonna say back by the bumpers are from 17 and a half, roughly. The front taillights, let's say 13 and a half, roughly. Because it's sudden crooked. Just to give us a rough estimate. And we'll say these are, let's just say 31 and a half, roughly. And we're going to say these are 29 and a half. Just to give us a rough idea how much it dropped. I know they ain't right. If you had it on somewhere low, we could probably do it more. But you can see it. It's really sitting cockeyed. So, we gotta check tire pressures and all that. They're probably low, but that would fix a lot of it. But anyway, there it is. Now first thing I'm gonna do is the blocks. I'll show you that in a little while. We got a line going through here. Sun. Anyway, got her all jacked up. Got jack stands about where I want them. I'm going to go ahead and let the rear all the way down. I'm going to let all the pressure off, which I already did. But I'm going to let it all off. Just show you. Ain't nothing on there. And then what I do, before I crawl under any vehicle or anything, is I'll shake the day living poop out of it. Make sure it ain't going to go nowhere. Got my blocks in the front. Couldn't block them real good. That's just so they don't roll. These are old tractor trailer blocks that my brother-in-law brought home. The ends are broke, but they're good enough to hold your car, small car. And then what I'm going to do also, why I'm loosening the bolts up, I'm going to put just nothing that it's actually going to lift it that much. That's all I'm going to do, just in case I got more secure. Alright, now I got to work on the bolts. Okay, I got all them out. It took me 20 minutes, something like that. Usually it takes me close to an hour to get them things up. But I cleaned it with wire brush and put some PB Blast on it, let it set for a second. Then I started taking them off, and I used that big crowbar. Then I used that old bar over this ratchet and ratcheted them off after I broke them free. The only thing that I see I'm going to run into is the bump stop here, which I don't bolts up here. So I might have to unbolt that for now. And I don't know how good they welded that. They probably welded that all the way across. But they put this here, and that's going to run right here. If that was out of the way, that'd give me another, at least right there, I'd say an inch and a half. So we're going to have to work on trying to get these things out. Ah, crap. That came right out. Messed my hand up a little bit. Ain't nothing there to cure, but you can see the blood. That popped right out. This brace was probably glued in there. I'll soak that and get them bolts out. That just sits in there the way it looks. So I can cut that down if I needed to, but I'm going to take it out for now. I know on this one not to do that so hard. Let's see if we can get it loose. It's coming, guys. I can hear it. I'm going to sit you down. And I'm not going to push against it this time because that's where I'm going to put my body. I don't know if you got that or not because something blinked. But I popped these out. I got all the U-bolts out. Got her up on jack stands. It's real safe. We can actually jack it up and put them blocks in there if you guys just want to see it real quick. Give me 1 second. Now if you really want to, you could just put these blocks. This is the way they were meant to go in. Just put them in. You try to. Let me see if I get my front LCD on. There it is. I can't see it that great. You probably can, but that's how they're meant to be. And then you just make sure you gotta have them straight. But what I'm gonna do is take this bottom helper spring leaf, once bowed here. We're gonna get that off. We're gonna cut it, make it shorter, and put it on top there. Because that's just a load leaf. And then you can still put it back to stock if you want, because you can always go to the junkyard and get another load leaf. I don't even know if I had to cut this one looking at it. I might be able to take that, take that off, flip it upside down, because it looks like it's curved. No, it wouldn't, because it'd be way too much. I'm going to cut it. I'll cut it the same size, roughly as that block, a little bit bigger on each side. This one. Then we'll put it back together. That should give me roughly a 4 to 5 inch drop. But we'll know when we're done here. But you could put it together if you wanted to. Just like that. Because that's the way they're supposed to be. But you want to make sure they're all the way flat. And you can see this one over here. When you tighten it up, it will flatten out. But like I said, I'm going to jack the rear up higher. I'll put probably jack stands or something under there. Then I'm going to, what I'll do, I'll show you in a minute. First, let's jack this up. That's how high it's going to go. I'm going to take them blocks back out. Then I'm going to get me a C-clamp. When I do the sides, I'll pinch them together when I take that bolt apart. Because you got a chance of that bolt flying apart and hitting you or something. There could do a lot of damage. I don't know if it go through gas tank, but anything's possible. So, alright, until then, we'll keep on going here. Okay, crap. Hips starting to hurt, gotta go get missing. Anyway, put that on there, close to the bowl hole. It started spinning, so I went ahead and put a pair of pliers on. This bolt is in good enough shape to reuse. I hope the other side is too, then I'll have to use the pieces. But, anyway, let's see. I got my, see if I can see you again. Alright, I got the C-clamp here, I got the bolt out, and all I'm going to do, these are, looks like this pack's probably going to come down too. The second pack is still on. So what it looks like is this pack's going to be free. This pack is held on. We'll see in a minute. You can see I'm gently turning it. Should come apart. Which it is. And it's getting easier. Now remember, whatever you leave, however far you go down, that's how far you're going to have to screw that back up. I'm trying to get that. Yep. Now remember, you have to put that back together. So make sure all your plates are where they need to be. This is the one I wanted out. And a good idea when you go to put this back together, I'll show you a trick. I don't know how much you're seeing of this, but you see it's all apart. Get yourself an old screwdriver. Can't go through that way. Now, sometimes you can if you can move that rear enough. But I'm not going to mess with it. I'll put it up through that way. And I could have got a shorter screwdriver to do this. Probably been better, but then you find your hole up here. You want to make sure your packs are right where they need to be. Then you can take your clamp. Just for now, this is just going to hold it for now. So I still got to cut the other one. But that's just to hold it. So you know, but that's the idea, to put it back together, and you'll take your other one that's got here, put that, you can put this right on top of here if you want. You don't even have to do that, but what I'm going to do is take this, that ain't going to fit on there, but anyway, like that, and cut that. That's all I'm doing. Then I'm going to put it back together. Alright, thanks for watching. Alright, this is what I did. Took the 4.5 40 grit cutting wheels, just cut it off like I said. Bolt was still good. I put the bolt back and you see where it's on top now. That's all I did. That presses, and when you do that, it presses them in. That's where you're going to get your extra little bit of lowering. And then we're just going to come back here, get our block. We're going to set this one together just in case. I don't think anything's going to happen because that bolt looked good, but you never know. I'm hoping. Set you down here. Well, anyway, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that up on there, and put the U-bolts on this side loosely. Then I'm gonna start the other side. Okay, second one's cut. I went ahead and used the parts off the first one, laid it on the second one, cut that. But I came up with a better solution. I'm doing this from now on. I put 2 clamps on this, plus my 3rd clamp. So when I took the cool pack apart, because they used to have, bought Chevy S10s, maybe the trucks do, had pieces that held them together. Well, anyway, they're held together. And you can see the other side just loosely setting together. And that's what I'm getting ready to do here. So, then we'll set her on the ground because you got to tighten it up, and then you got to drive and retighten it, and you drive it a couple times. So, alright, we're getting close, guys. At least to the rear. Okay, the back's back together. It still needs a tweak. This one side was 28, and this was 29 because it's still sitting funny. 28 3/4, so I said roughly, I'm thinking it's 28, probably a 28 1/4. I put 28 1/2, but it's 28 1/4 if I level it out roughly. So it gave us a 3 1/4 inch drop so far. Then we'll drop the front some more, but I'll show you so far just by look. Actually, the butt's almost level now. If it came up just a hair, it'd be close to being level. Now we just got to take 2 cools, or at least one. Probably I don't know if I'm gonna take 2 wood start off, but we'll see. Because I want the front way down there, so it have more. Then it have the rake again. But there she is so far. Worst thing on this car so far that I've seen is this one shock over here to cut down through the nut to get the nut off, which I'm hoping I can save in threads, but because that's a good shock. And then the sway bar link, I already cut the top off over here. The bottom was actually broke. And now you can see where I cut it. Now I gotta cut the bottom or break the bottom off of this one. So that's why it was sitting cockeyed, guys. Alright, we're getting there. Maybe I'll have done tonight or early tomorrow morning. Okay, your next step, you got all that done. What I like to do is turn my wheel pretty far lock where as far as it goes. You gotta get in here and clean all this dirt and grime out with a little screwdriver. Let me show you. And there's a Carter pin. I might be able to just cut it out. These are my favorite tools to take them Carter pins out. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. But anyway, you want to get in here and try to clean all your gunk and dirt out. You ain't gonna hurt anything because it's pretty solid steel in here, and it's a huge piece on there. Let me go ahead and set you down. I'll clean it a little bit and show you. But this one, it's got a good bit on it, but usually it's a lot worse than this. You gotta get in there where that pin is, because you gotta get that pin out. Alright, well you can see it somewhat. There's a Carter key right here. See it? I just moved it. It's been up pretty good. You gotta pull that out. Pull that out. Then we're gonna loosen this. We're not gonna loosen all the way, guys. I never take mine out unless you got some way to hold that spring. I always put a jack under here and tap on it. Then when it's loose, the ball joint part. Then when the ball joint's apart, I'll take that nut off and lower the jack. I'll show you in a couple minutes. Okay, it's a ball joint separator, or a tuning fork, or I don't know exactly what it's called. But anyway, you get that in the 2-pound sledgehammer. And I sprayed a little grease on there, but I'm trying to show you. I'm hoping you see it. I only got that nut cracked just a hair. So, then what you do, you just take this, slide that in there like that, top or bottom, and you wail on it, you hit it, and it pops that ball joint loose. So, I'll show you that when I get it loose. I don't know if the back will be enough, better or not on this side. Let me see. Because you got the brake caliper here. I didn't take any of that off. Let's see what the back looks like. If it's going to be... Oh yeah, back's a lot easier. See, I already got it in there. You can see that. Now all you do is tap it and it comes right apart. Alright, I'll show you when I get it all apart and then how much I'm going to cut. Okay, I went ahead and the nut was sticking a little bit, so I had to put vice grips on the very tip just to loosen it up. Next time I'll loosen that nut all the way up, make sure the screw's good. I had the jack under here. After it was loosened, very gently let it down, but you can see that is still under a lot of pressure. You can still get hurt. So what you need to do is stand back from it, grab a bar or whatever you got, try to do this so you guys can see without me getting hurt. And then you're just gonna try to get that off of that, because it's still gonna fly out. See, it's still got pressure on there. So what you want to do is try to pop that off of that piece and make sure you're out of the way. There it is. Well, it doesn't take much. It's still in there a little bit, but it's out. So if you're very careful, like I said, and leave that nut and stuff in there. This had a rubber boot on the bottom. Looks like these cools. I'm gonna grab a camera. Looks like these cools are the same all the way around. The same distance. I'll measure. But if it ain't, what I do is cut the biggest cool off. Like I would cut the distance. So one here, one there. That's a huge drop, but I don't know if I'm gonna drop it that much. I know I'm gonna take one. I might take 1.5. 1.5 would be right about here. See what that looks like. I don't want to take 2, because if I cut 2 off, man, that's huge. 1 here, then 2's all the way up here. 1.5, because you can turn this on the top. It's still going to be flat up there, so you just got to get in your pocket down below. And if you look in here, because I did plenty of these. I ain't saying I'm an expert at this, but I've did quite a few. Before the YouTube and cameras, I was doing this left and right. It's a pocket, it sits right in there, so you need to sit in that pocket. So I know we're going to cut one, at least, right here, one. And if we cut another one, that's huge. I mean, that probably won't be able to get out of the driveway. So we'll probably cut one over here. And then we'll shave that so it's in that pocket. I'll probably do both of them that way, see what it looks like. Before I button it all back together, I'll put the tires on, check it. But alright, there it is. I'll show you a little later what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up. Whatever you do, just be careful. Now remember, you can cut more than once. I cut this much off the start, about roughly 3. I think it's roughly close to 3 inches tall or something. But I can cut more of that spring. So don't go be in a big rush to cut a big chunk off of it, and then get in the car and it's too low and you can't even drive it. And then you gotta buy a new spring. You can cut more. If you aim for shortcut, if you aim for shortcut one cool off first. That's like 2 inches roughly. Start there, and you can always work your way around. If I don't like that, I can cut another quarter off or whatever. But I go ahead and I do this to all of them. I shave that down so it sits in that pocket a little better. But other than that, just put it back together and see what you got. And I hope you did it right. I mean, they make springs, you can buy them, but this cheap man's way, and it works. Okay, tubes, I don't know how much you're going to hear. The wind's blowing, neighbor's AC is going crazy, and the pole's going, but we gave her an attitude adjustment. That's what I call it. Let me get this out of your way. I am beat. I'm not even cleaning that mess up tomorrow. Go take some meds. Looks pretty good. Back's just a hair bit higher like it was in stock. I gotta measure the front. I'll measure that while I'm with you here. I got close to 4 in the back, and I wanted close to 5 in the front. And our last ones on the front was we said not 39, 29, because of my dyslexia. 29.5 roughly. Let's see if we can find a tape measure. It's probably laying on the ground. When you need something, you can't find it. That's how it is with me, at least. I was out here measuring that spring, but I don't see it laying down. There it is. We said we had 29.5 roughly before. This is rough. This is just a rough measurement about the middle of the wheel. Didn't drop that much. Says 26 and a quarter. But it looks like it dropped a lot more, I guess, because you're reading it. It's 26 and a quarter, and I had 29 and a half, so that's 3.5, 4 inches. Let's see how close this one is. Maybe this one's lower. Nope, it's the same. And we did buy the fog lights too, didn't we? Let's see if we can get one of these fog lights. And the fog light on the corner is 9 3/4 on that side, and it should be about 9 3/4. Should be, if it's about level, because the sway bar is unhooked. Because remember, it's broken. Yep, 9 3/4. So we had on our lights. I had 13 3/4. 9 3/4, 13. That's 4 inches. So I drew about a 4-inch drop all the way around. But it looks tough, I think. Look how low that front end sits. And the back, I can get that lower if I want. I could actually buy a set of 3-inch springs to put on the back and put like a 2-inch block. And that'd sit that rear down anymore, but I like the rake of it. So. And it's still got plenty of suspension. You're not seeing it very good. I don't want to bounce on too much because my hip's hurting. We'll use this light. See? Still moving. So, that's what low rider's going to do. It's going to bounce a little bit, so. But I like it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. And please subscribe.